Good evening to everybody watching our broadcast here tonight on Zaleski Sports on this Friday night in K-Town. It's the FVA conference provided to you guys by our pre-game sponsor, and that being Revive Wellness with locations in Appleton and Oshkosh. Our IV therapy and hydration treatments are tailored to your health, beauty, fitness, and wellness goals. With over 20 years of RN experience, we deliver safe, top quality care. Feel revitalized with Revive Wellness. Garner Sipper, Brendan Retzloff here with you guys in Kaukauna. It's the Galloping Ghost Ring, 14th in our Zaleski Sports polls here in the state and Division I play against the Oshkosh North Spartans of Sparty, visiting from Oshkosh. 7-7 is Oshkosh's record under Brad Weber. 4-5 in the FVA conference. They find themselves in the middle of the pack going into this game here tonight. Kaukauna ranked 14th, and honestly, this team seems like they could possibly be ranked a little bit higher, especially coming off of 3 straight victories here on the season. One going to Kimberly, then the next up against Fond du Lac in a huge conference win, and then against River Falls, a 74-55 victory. But I'm going to go to you here, partner. What's the key going to be, especially since everybody here knows how the last game ended up going, Jensen hitting that buzzer beater. What's going to be the state of mind for this Oshkosh North team, and especially now that it looks like they got a big player back in Bryce Ott?
So for the first half of the season, the first trip through the FVA schedule for the Spartans, they went 4-5 on through that first time through conference. Obviously not what Coach Brad Weber was hoping for. Some outlets have predicted Oshkosh North would finish first in the FVA. Right now they're currently sitting in 6th, having lost to all 5 teams in front of them. You got a four-team tie at the top at 7-2. That includes Kaukauna, Neenah, the surprising Fond du Lac team, as well as Hortonville. And then you got Appleton North at 6-3, and then 2 games behind them, Oshkosh North. But like you said, for the entirety of the season so far, the first 14 games, Oshkosh North has gone 7-7, but that's been without their second best offensive player in junior Bryce Ott. He was expected to be the 1B to Xavier Mitchell's 1A early this season. Of course, Bryce was the footballer for a good Spartans, was the quarterback for a good Spartans football team, and ended up injuring his lower leg in the playoff game against West De Pere. So he misses the beginning of the basketball season, but he's back tonight. Ott averaged 10.2 points for the Spartans last year. But keep in mind, he was the tertiary scorer, as they had Stevie Clark along with Mitchell last year to be the 1A, 1B. Clark graduates, now playing at Colgate University, a Division I program in New York. So Ott was really expected to take on a load of the scoring for the Spartans, and we'll see how he gets eased in tonight. I certainly expect him to start. In fact, the starters are listed for both teams. Let me see, guests. I don't see him listed unless I was thinking of his number wrong. He's number 10, so maybe he will be coming off the bench. We'll see how many minutes Ott plays, but he could be a real difference maker. And like you said, that game in Oshkosh was close. It was Kaukauna's first of the year. They got down 15-0 to start it. Made a great comeback in the second half after being down 9 at halftime. Jensen hits the inbound bank shot to win it, and they squeaked out a victory. And that's kind of been the story of the season for Oshkosh North so far. Their 5 conference losses have come by 1 point, 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, and 5 points. So they're not losing these games by much to the teams in front of them, and they're going to want to make a big push here towards the end of the year, improve their standings in conference, and get a better seed in the Division I state tournament.
The margins are very close to one another, like you said, for Oshkosh North, and this is going to be one of those tests for this team, but they are not afraid of this Kaukauna team, especially since what we saw back in the middle of December. So it's already been over a month and a half or so already between the last time we saw these two teams play, just past the halfway point here of this season, but Bryce Odd could be a huge addition back to this Oshkosh North team. As for Kaukauna, who right now the Ghosts look like they're riding a really hot streak, and they could have been riding an even hotter of a streak if they didn't have that loss to Appleton North a couple of weeks ago in another thriller of a game. But really, once they lost that game, they didn't look back. They just kept going.
They've been on a roll since. They got that 3-win week. We had that Kimberly game on Zaleski Sports. They were able to win by 19 or 20. Then got a win over a great Fond du Lac team. I saw Fond du Lac play Oshkosh North. They beat them by 7 in Oshkosh. Kaukauna went on the road and won that one, and then they beat River Falls, a good Division II team, in a neutral site game. So Kaukauna's really rolling right now after that loss to Appleton North. They're going to want to avenge that later in the schedule, as well as their other conference loss to Neenah, but they're sitting pretty well right now, tied for first with 3 other teams.
And that's going to do it here for our pregame show provided by Revive Wellness. Tip-off coming right up. It's Veterans Night here on Zaleski Sports. Once we have the national anthem, we'll actually provide that here for you guys for this special night here in K-Town, where this crowd is just growing by the numbers and atmosphere.
And welcome to Kaukauna High School for tonight's Fox Valley Association boys basketball game between the visiting Spartans of Oshkosh North High School and your Kaukauna Gillibico. We are pleased to welcome as our guests tonight players, coaches, and fans from Oshkosh North High School. Tonight's game can also be viewed for free online at ZaleskiSports.com and SportsFaith's YouTube page. Both schools in the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Also, we're fighting to defend our freedom. We ask that you please stand if you are able, remove your headwear, and face the flag as the Kaukauna VFW Electric City Post 3319 present the colors, and the Kaukauna High School Band plays the national anthem. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Oshkosh North Spartans. A 6'6" senior, number 2, Xavier Mitchell. A 6'4" junior, number 12, Jackson Anderson. A 6'1" senior, number 15, John Coleman. A 6' junior, number 24, Tyler Lister. And a 6'9" senior, number 33, Stefan Stoyanovich. The head coach of the Spartans is Brett Weber, assisted by John Cheney, Cole Elstead, Will Mahoney, and Luke Ott. Tonight's WIAA licensed officials are Jeff Groisher, Robert LeCaptain, and Michael Duff. Tonight's athletic training services are provided by Aurora Daycare Sports Medicine and licensed athletic trainer Courtney O'Neill.
More minutes. Xavier Mitchell going to Iowa State, and on that first possession for the Spartans, they were able to get the ball to him and get a good look for Mitchell. And a lot of their losses this year, he's sort of gotten bogged down. And here's another look for him. How teams like Fond du Lac and Appleton have neutralized Mitchell. He's got some more than one guy, but Coach Shadow looking for
Spartan foul number 2, Xavier Mitchell, first personal on first team. On the line for the Cougars,
the foul trouble.
Jim Rory.
Not wasting his 5 fouls.
did get into some foul trouble in the later games. But overall, they stayed in the game all the time. Finished with 40 points. Everyone knows how the rest of it went. Jensen banked it in. They sent Kaukauna back.
Oshkosh North, not as good of a three-point shooting team as Kaukauna. They're going to try to work it inside more. They're ninth in the FBA out of 10 teams in three-point percentage. Kaukauna first overall.
Goes slow.
Jensen looks for the three there. He's added that to his game recently.
Andrew Jensen.
Almost stolen by McMullen on the inbound there.
Trying to work off a little coverage. Coleman instead of taking some off basket will not count. But there's a foul on
Goes
Checking in for Norris, Weber, as well as Dalton Clark. Clark being the starter. And we see Lister go up. Lister getting the start tonight. But Oshkosh North, they run in these quick rotations of bringing two guys out at a time and getting fresh legs off the bench.
6-4 lead here. Gonna go early.
Xavier Mitchell, so we'll see. Coach Brad Weber. Oh no, they call it a Weber. I don't know if it's Weber. Perhaps that was a miscommunication.
It looked like it's not Mitchell all the way. Put it back up.
Jackson Anderson on the steal there. He's played a lot better as of late against Fond du Lac. I would say he was their second best player. He was really taking over in the mid-range game.
In for the Ghost number 11, Tyler
First of the game for the Galloping Ghosts, the freshman Tyler Schwalbach in the lineup. Graff will take a seat on the bench. Number one in the FBA in three-pointers made.
Check.
Van Kaulenberg up the floor, goes to the corner. Rohrig with a good fake. And he'll run it around. Now to Jensen, the hook. Can't get it to go. Hook and ladder. Tried it. Mitchell pulls up from close to the logo. That was impressive stuff there. 3 for Xavier Mitchell.
And that's been the one area of the game where Mitchell really hasn't excelled this season, only shooting 24% from downtown. Perhaps looking to write a new chapter in that regard here in the second half of the FBA season.
They go out to Rohrig. Back to Van Kaulenberg down low. Try to take advantage. Jensen lays it under the senior. And the junior gets his first basket, or his second basket here tonight. Mitchell goes left end. So quick and flashy, but couldn't finish the roll.
Looks like Graff is getting attended to by the physical trainer. Look, maybe has a rip in his knee pad, some blood there.
Yeah, he's been dealing with those left knee issues throughout the year this season.
We had a great fan come in to let us know that you guys couldn't hear us on the broadcast. I flipped a switch wrong, and now we're glad that
by Jensen to put it in, but yeah.
Apologize for that.
Andrew Jensen, he's getting warmed up here. He's got 6 points already.
And a 6-point lead for the Galloping Ghosts.
Mitchell's the only one to score here for North tonight, and that shot no good from Clark. Rohrig. And Kaukauna gonna slow it down here. Rohrig goes baseline. Back to Jensen on the perimeter. Hands off. Van Kaulenberg spins. Lost it and last touched by Clark. it will stay here with the white of Kaukauna. So far, a much different beginning to the first half than what we saw in the last time these two played at North.
Yeah, of course, there was a 15-0 lead for the Spartans in that one. Kaukauna had to waste a couple timeouts earlier. I shouldn't say waste. They had to burn a couple of timeouts in order to get their bearings about them.
But they are hot. Van Callenberg looked like he was going to try to flush it. Instead, he's able to still cap it in there. Mitchell goes quickly to the basket, and he can't finish the shot. And Mitchell, he's got back-to-back misses, and he has been one of the only players to shoot the ball for Sparty right now. Rohrig drives. Actually, that's Schwalbach, and a foul on the ground.
It seems like any time another Spartan tries to take a shot, they're getting blocked. Kaukauna, number 1 in the FVA in blocks per game, unsurprisingly, as they've got Andrew Jensen and Caden Graff working inside. Kevin R. Weinberg in pretty early here for the Ghosts. An intriguing substitution. We don't really see him in the first half too often.
And it's Van Callenberg from his spot. Pull up, nail it down. The tray for Keegan Van Callenberg. He's going to do such great things at Green Bay if he can play like he does in his high school days. Mitchell lays it in.
What a reverse. The jump stop, pump fake, and a reverse for Mitchell. I think he was trying to lean into the contact, get the and one there.
He's got all 9 for Oshkosh North here in the half. In the one-on-one. Back to Jensen now. Into the corner, Jensen. He actually faked the pass, and it went to Jensen, and he had such an easy one to put in there. Wow. Mitchell, through the double team, gets a friendly roll as the away team.
It's certainly an interesting strategy for Coach Shallow. They're going to allow Mitchell to get to the hoop.
Jensen cross court. This is danger territory when he has the ball. He lost it, though. North takes it down the floor. Clark goes up with the left. Can't get it. Mitchell rebound, put back. He gets fouled, and he'll go for 2.
Xavier Mitchell averaging about 11.5 free throw attempts per game. Number 1 in the FVA. I believe tied for number 1 in the state. Nobody else in the FVA attempting even 6 per game. And he's a great free throw shooter.
First attempt of the night is good for the senior.
So we saw Bryce Ott in warm-ups. We thought he might start. I certainly thought he would be in early, and this one's still on the bench. So it looks like he's going to be on a sort of a minutes restriction here as he eases back from his lower leg injury.
Mitchell's got the second, 2 for 2 from the line, and Coach Weber is going to send his star to the bench.
Devin Garland, a senior, number 3 in for the Spartans. He's gotten more minutes as the season's gone along, and now, yeah, like you said, here they go 1-3-1 without Mitchell on the floor.
And now that Mitchell's out, Jensen has a serious height advantage on the defenders of North. They're going to take the 3, though, with Rohrig. He left it short, and the North student section trying to make some noise. Lister goes between defenders and through, and he just lost it out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover here on the Spartans.
Yeah, certainly too many turnovers here in the early going for Coach Weber. But just like Coach Shallow, he's going to let his players play and not use his timeouts too early.
Kaukauna goes well inside of the paint. Can't get it to go, and a foul. I think it's going to be Lister called on the foul, and Schwalbach will step up to the free throw line. What a pass, though, from Keegan Van Callenberg. Van Callenberg tonight, he's made a few flashy passes, and they've all been successful thus far.
You got to imagine Van Callenberg. He's second in the FVA in scoring. He's about 16 points per game behind Mitchell. He wants to show why he's a Division I recruit as well. He wants to show out a little bit.
And just like that, Brad Weber puts Xavier Mitchell back into the game because he knew there was that mismatch there, and they could not have Jensen a one-on-one with the smaller guys.
Yeah,
in and out that goes.
We'll see if they stick with the 1-3-1. Man defense wasn't really working for the Spartans.
Mitchell, step back, puts it in. Xavier Mitchell has all 15 for Oshkosh. Kaukauna is just letting him shoot.
And on the offensive end, Kaukauna's getting it to multiple different players. Jensen and Van Cauwenberg are dominating.
Cross court again. Van Cauwenberg got it again. That's his third of the game.
Just like I said, Jensen and Van Cauwenberg dominating on the offensive end.
Mitchell almost lost the pass from Lister. He got it back, tried to control it, and he'll go back to the free throw line. He loves drawing that contact once he gets inside of the paint. I think it's maybe because he knows that he just has such a great advantage with his acceleration to the basket.
So he's already 2 for 2 tonight. In the meeting earlier in the season, he was 8 for 10 from the line.
No one shoots him more than Xavier Mitchell.
So just in terms of the early bench use here, Oshkosh North already having 8 different players in the game. Kavanaugh Weinberg with a brief little spell in the game there for the Galloping Ghosts, but otherwise it's been their primary 6.
And Kaukauna, a much smaller roster that's there, but Mike Shallow, he still loves the numbers that he has, although there are not as many players on his team. He still believes there's that depth, a miscommunication there, and this one will get turned over here by the Ghosts.
Smart by Anderson, not trying to force the steal immediately, didn't tip it before it went out of bounds.
And I think there was just a slight miscommunication there between, I think it was Weinberg and Jensen on that possible exchange. So Oshkosh North has a chance to get themselves a little bit closer here.
Let's see if someone else can get going on the offensive end.
They need it. This one off Van Cauwenberg out of bounds. It will stay with the Spartans. Lister to inbound.
Lister had 21 in their most recent game against Appleton West, second only behind Xavier Mitchell.
Anderson with it. Crossover. Tries to find Coleman inside. And just lost it, and it will be a tie-up jump ball, and Kaukauna will get it right back.
Oshkosh North almost looking rusty. They played Appleton North Appleton West, I should say, last Friday, but that game got out of hand early, so they really haven't played a high-intensity game since last Tuesday against Fond du Lac, whereas Kaukauna had 3 high-intensity games last week, including Friday and Saturday.
But that was still a game that they won, and they controlled all the way through. Rohrig from downtown can't get it to go. But to your point, the team probably just hasn't had as many practices, and Owen Weber there way off on the shot. Rohrig fakes, goes, Van Cauwenberg, Jensen down beneath, and rolls it in. It seemed like Jensen thought about bringing it all the way back and try to flush it down. I think he just got tripped by his own player, and he banked in a 3.
Yeah, Coleman, what a way for a non-Spartan to get their first basket.
That was looking like a really ugly play from the get-go after Jackson Anderson fell over. Another one falls for Van Cauwenberg. When it rains, it pours 3-pointers for the senior. Lister to Coleman. Now from the elbow, that one way off the mark. Overshot it by a half step. Van Cauwenberg, why not? He's on fire. Somebody call the fire department, because this guy is setting the floor on fire. Keegan Van Cauwenberg lighting it up.
And forces Oshkosh North to use a 30-second timeout. We'll head to a quick break here on Zaleski Sports.
Again, fans, make sure you visit the 50/50 raffle.
Friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Cobison Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Cobison Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Cobeson.com for more information and to find a Cobeson terminal near you.
Welcome back, everybody. We got 7:30 to go here in this first half. Kaukauna has been on fire here in this first half, especially with their senior, Keegan Van Cowenberg. He's got 5 3-pointers here in this first half. 19 points for Van Cowenberg, and his career high is 38, I believe. So he is on a career day watch at the moment. A 31-19 lead for the Ghosts. Jensen, he can shoot it from there. That one was just a tad bit off the mark. Rebounded by Stojovic, and Lister leads it up. Jump stop, kick it out. It's going to be Clark from downtown. He's got it to go.
Finally a good look for someone not named Xavier Mitchell.
It's been Jackson Anderson and John Coleman the only ones to hit shots. Brody McMullen with the response.
Earlier in the night I said Keegan Van Cowenberg #1 in 3-pointers made. Brody McMullen 4th in the conference.
Xavier Mitchell will go for it. He can't go on it, and great awareness by the senior. They're going to say it's going to stay with Oshkosh North. Wow. What a heads-up play by Xavier Mitchell, and that's one of those things about him. He's a great leader to this Oshkosh North team, and he is also a very smart ball player.
Appreciate everybody's patience, trying to get the camera figured out there. Should be better from this point on.
Clark fakes. Graff pokes it away, gets the steal, goes behind the back. Mitchell dribbled it out of bounds.
You see the Kaukauna student section. They're letting Mitchell have it every which way. Mitchell is a pretty quiet leader, not very outspoken, criticizing anybody. He just leads by example.
McMullen will shoot again. Back-to-back threes for Brody McMullen. Kaukauna is just lighting up the scoreboard right now. We still have over 6 minutes left. Mitchell goes to the basket, and he falls to the floor. He'll shoot 2. He was ready to erupt on that one.
Graff second.
So Graff and McMullen each have 2 fouls right now for the Ghosts.
5 team fouls for the Ghosts, 4 for the Spartans. 6 minutes left in the half. Mitchell's lost a bit of his touch from the free throw line.
Well, Mitchell, he hasn't ended up making a basket since around the 9.5-minute mark here of the half. It's just been the free throws since then, and he's gone 1 for 3 in his last 3. He evens that one up there.
Graff heads to the bench with his 2 fouls. Full court press from the Spartans here.
I like the play that the Spartans are going with here. Brad Weber, excuse me, with a good play there. Jensen off the feed from Weinberg, and those two, they just have great chemistry with one another.
A full court press can be a great way to get back into a game, but it's also, if the other team knows what they're doing, it's a way for you to get even further down.
Kaukauna's already up by 16 points. It doesn't really feel like they have that large of a lead, but at the same time, if you're Oshkosh North, you got to try to come up with some different game plan and have somebody else score the basketball than Mitchell. And Van Cowenberg's going to go to the line.
Spartan foul, number 11, Dalton Clark. First personal.
They got Clark on the foul.
On the line for the Ghost, Keegan Van Cowenberg.
Tonight's game brought to you by Pagoni's Pizza. Pagoni's Pizza is your source for Chicago-style pizza with that guaranteed Sicilian taste in Northeast Wisconsin. From gourmet sandwiches to daily specials, And the pizza buffet, enjoy a family-friendly, relaxing atmosphere at Piconi's Pizza on East Ann Street in Kaukauna.
Second one good for Van Cowenberg. 21 points tonight here in this first half for Keegan. Lister was looking. Anderson. Nice dribbles between. Coleman rises up. No good. Mitchell with the rebound on the back end, and he reversed it in. And one for Xavier Mitchell.
Great touch there from Mitchell, but you saw on the shot attempt by Coleman, anybody else that's trying to get a look for a two-pointer inside, you're just immediately met by Graff or Jensen looking to block the shot. And the Spartans not a very strong three-point shooting team, so Kaukauna knows that. You're going to force them outside of the paint and make them try to get back into this game with one of their weaknesses.
Stojovic goes to the bench as Owen Weber makes his entrance. And Stojovic, he has been very quiet in this game. Not a single basket for him, and only a rebound in the game for Stojovic. So
yeah, he had 13, including 7 first-half points the last time these teams played.
McMullen weaves between the press. Kaukauna able to drive by. Under 5 minutes to go here in the half. Schwalbach drives up. Jensen! Big fall to the ground. Hopefully he's all right.
Hit back of his head. Looked like it hit the floor. He's going to shake it off for now. I'm sure they'll certainly check on him first time he comes out of the game, whether that's at halftime or sooner.
Just seems like a little bit of a weird exchange that Schwalbach was going for to Jensen. He saw Mitchell was right in his face, so he had to try to lob it over him. And I think Jensen just got to his spot just a little bit late, and he just reached out awkwardly.
Waiting to see. It wasn't a shooting foul, but it is the 7th.
It would be a 1-and-1.
Oh, no. They corrected the scoreboard to make it the 6th team foul on Oshkosh North. So not quite yet into the bonus. Everything seems to be in order here.
I'm going to say foul number 6.
First on Dalton Clark, or on Jackson Anderson.
Van Cowenberg dribbles to the corner, works around the Jensen screen. Back out to McMullen in the other corner. He'll take it. Shoot it off the front rim. Can't get it to go. 4:30 to go.
That's one of the better defensive possessions that the Spartans have had. Force a deep 3 from McMullen.
And Mitchell, no good. Put it back up. Left it short. Might have got tipped at the end. Weber saves it. Back over to Lister from downtown. In and out. Can't go. North with another chance. This is their 4th chance point right here. Coleman got it.
Great possession for the Spartans. Typically, Kaukauna the best rebounding team in the FVA, but this, like you said, the Spartans getting that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chance there.
They're going to take those chances anytime they get them. Van Cowenberg, he wants a foul, but he just splashed that one.
He hit that cross-legged in midair as he was heading towards the baseline.
A very deep 2 from Van Cowenberg, but he loves the baseline shot. Lister, he'll go quickly, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
We've seen a lot of nice play from Tyler Lister here tonight, working his way into the starting lineup. A couple of times in their most recent games, he started over Clark. Not the game I saw them against Fond du Lac. It was still Clark in the starting lineup, but they're giving Lister more playing time, and he's earning it, as he's one of the better three-point shooters on this team at 48% coming into tonight, albeit only on 25 attempts. Whereas Keegan McCallenberg, he shoots 41%, but he's shooting way more threes per game.
I mean, we've already seen Van Cowenberg put up 5 3-pointers. He's made 5, but I think he's put up either 6 or 7, and he's just been absolutely ridiculous. Lister able to hit the pair, so Oshkosh North starting to try to crawl their way back here, down by 13. They were down by as much as 16 in this game, and Kaukauna's really just been keeping the foot on the gas here in the first half, offensive-wise.
For North, it's all about how you finish this first half.
Van Cowenberg can't get it to go. A rare miss from the senior.
Another nice defensive possession for the Spartans.
Mitchell hesitates, drives inside the Euro step, try to put it back up. McMullen had it, then lost it, and they're going to say out of bounds on McMullen.
Certainly looked like from our angle that it was off of Coleman, but of course the referee had the best view there. Underneath the basket, Jackson Anderson to inbound. Actually, it's going to be on the side. Starting lineup in for the Spartans. Starters with the exception of Schwalbach in for Kaukauna. Graf still on the bench with his 2 fouls.
Anderson tried to work his way to the left. He's going to try it again. Spin to his right. Stojovic. And taken away by the freshman Schwalbach. Actually, no, that was taken away by the junior Rohrig. Schwalbach and Rohrig, I've mixed them up all this year. Identical hairstyles. Jensen, no one around him.
Yeah, he wasn't thinking three-pointer there. Not when you're up 13.
North was daring him to take the 3. Step back, spin around, no good. Jensen puts it back up and cleans up the dirty work.
Typically, it's Caden Graff that's the best offensive rebounder, but Jensen doing his job there.
Jensen swats down at it, and he might have got a piece of it. 15-point lead, just over 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Rohrig, few dribbles, back Jensen. Finds Van Cowenberg, splash! Keegan Van Cowenberg, 24 points here in the first half.
And a couple of times he's come right off a screen, pass hit perfectly to him in rhythm.
Lister, the 48%er, can't get it to go, and a foul at the end of it on Coleman. Maybe a little bit of an unnecessary reach from John Coleman. That's going to bring Brody McMullen to the free throw line.
1-and-1 coming here for McMullen. On the year, Kaukauna, in terms of free throw percentage, that's one area where they've really struggled. They're 7th in the FVA. Oshkosh North is 2nd in terms of free throw percentage. Obviously helped a lot by Xavier Mitchell getting all those attempts.
Mitchell, he's been held quiet here in the second part of this first half. Really dominant and explosive. Had 17 quick points, and he has been a little quiet since then. McMullen gets both of them. Kaukauna's got 50.
Kaukauna, the top scoring team in the conference. Oshkosh North, 2nd, about 7 points behind them. Kaukauna averages about 77, and Oshkosh North 70.
This game is far from over, though. Stojovic, left wide open, and he lays it in. Stefan with his first basket here tonight.
Did a nice job to get it over the outstretched arm of Jensen.
Final 80 seconds of the half. Jensen goes around. They bring it to Van Cowenberg. Kaukauna's just been sharing the ball so well in this game, giving them great looks, and that was another one. Just couldn't finish it. North has a chance to climb their way back. Clark with a good catch and grab. Now back to Anderson. Closing minute. Mitchell through the double team. Weaves through and reversed it in. I don't know how he finds his way through that.
What a finish. He jump stopped near the left block and somehow ended up on the right block.
Such a great player, Xavier Mitchell. Rohrig goes around. Jensen underneath. Really like playing the zone here are the Spartans. The 3, no good. Tip back from McMullen. What a tip out.
The rebounding just not there for the Spartans
no look
there.
Pass. Brought around. Jensen in the block. Can't go. Put back. He's got it. Andrew Jensen. 16 points for him on the day. 10 seconds to go in the half. Anderson goes left. Spin around. 3 seconds. Put it back up. No good. Mitchell lays it in at the buzzer.
What a tip in.
Wow, what a play. Just like you said, partner, the tip in greatness from Xavier Mitchell. We got a high-scoring affair here in K-Town. 52-36 here at halftime. Your halftime presented by Kingdom Roofing. Coming up here on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Kingdom Roofing halftime show. Presented by Kingdom Roofing. Your home is your kingdom. Protect it with Kingdom Roofing. Committed to no pressure sales and lasting value. Kingdom Roofing covers everything from roofing to siding and windows. No gimmicks, just quality you can trust. Protect your kingdom. Visit KingdomRoofingWI.com. The story here of this first half has been all Keegan Van Cowenberg, hitting 6 3-pointers, 6 for 9 from downtown in the half is Keegan Van Cowenberg, and he has a total of 26 points in this half, which is equal to as many points as he had in his last game against River Falls. Just an outstanding performance.
And in the first meeting between these two teams, Van Cowenberg had 28, so he's almost there already.
It is an impressive showing that the senior UWGB commit has put on. Andrew Jensen, another great performance for the Ghost as well. 16 points for him. A lot of his baskets, they've been really quiet, but that's what makes you a really good player. When you have those quiet baskets that get you to 16 points for the game, that's really gonna put a statement out there for these other teams and coaches and even the people who are watching these games that this player, he can basically do anything when he's out there. But Kaukauna has 52 points in this first half.
I would dare say it's not a perfect first half. There were some turnovers and some deep threes that maybe Coach Shallow didn't love, but that's about as close to a perfect offensive first half as Kaukauna could have hoped for. And on the defensive end, they were letting Mitchell have what he wanted early going. He scored 17 early. Then they started to put the clamps on him, and the supporting cast for North did their part a little bit more, but by that point it was already a 10-point game, and they're able to stretch it to 16 at the half after Oshkosh North put a little bit of a fight to cut the lead. But ultimately, Kaukauna offensively was overwhelming in that first half. Jensen, Van Cowenberg, primarily them, but Brody McMullen with a couple of timely threes, and all of this with Caden Graff on the bench for a lot of it with his 2 fouls.
Yeah, Caden Graff, going back to him, he had to exit this game a little bit early. Had something going on with his knee. Not sure if he'll be coming back. Probably listed as questionable for this game, but yeah, Kaukauna, they've really been doing it offensively. They've been sharing the ball just about as perfect as you can, and everything is going right for this team. They were up by as much as 20 here in this game, but don't let those leads fool you, because Kaukauna, they had a 15 or 16 point lead against Appleton North a couple of weeks ago, and we saw what had happened there. One player took over the game.
And you would say, well, that was a superhuman effort by Nathan Ramus. Well, I've got news for you. There's a superhuman effort in waiting, potentially with Xavier Mitchell in this second half.
Yeah,
Spartans are down 16. They faced larger deficits and looking to flip the script on what Kaukauna did to them. Of course, Oshkosh North got up 15-0 back in December in Oshkosh in the first meeting between these two teams.
You just never know what could happen between these two teams. We saw one of the best games of the year the first time these two met, and I can tell you that Brad Weber and his team, they are going to put together a second half to try to bring themselves back into this thing and avenge that tough loss that they had to begin the year in conference play. And
to get back into this, though, Brad Weber and his team need to do a better job on the boards. Coming into tonight, Kaukauna number 1 in the FBA with 35 rebounds per game. North at 3rd in the FBA with 28.8. But I think especially on the defensive end for North, they've allowed Jensen to get way too many offensive rebounds, and those second chance points are hurting the Spartans a lot.
Jensen averages a double-double this season, so North is going to find their way to try to stop him on that. Exactly.
Yeah, Jensen first in the FBA and rebounding first in defensive rebounding primarily. Graff is actually first in offensive rebounding, so you think those second chance points are often Caden Graff earning it for the Galloping Ghosts, but he was on the bench for a lot of the later portions of the first half as we're hitting about 2.5 minutes remaining in halftime here. Tonight's game brought to you by Fox Valley Tool and Die. Fox Valley Tool and Die Incorporated is a precision machine shop that supplies critical machined components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. And you can contact them today at 920-766-9455. That's 920-766-9455.
And going back to what you were saying with Oshkosh North and Xavier Mitchell possibly being that guy to bring them back into this game, we didn't really see any other players really take any, I'm not going to say effort because they're all trying out there, but we didn't really see any players take that initiative to try to take on that leader role and try to score the basketball a little bit more for them. So I'm curious, do you think they're going to try to do something here in the second half to try to share the ball more?
We'll see, yeah. We'll see if they lean into the three-point shot more. Nobody other than Mitchell was having any luck inside. Anderson and Coleman, they were just looking too small out there as Jensen and Graff were blocking anything that was coming their way. So we'll see if Oshkosh North leans into the three-point shot. A couple of players not named Mitchell were hitting some in the first half. But we'll also see if Bryce Ott gets in on the action here. He's suited up. You can see him at the top of the key there, just past Mitchell, shooting a three there. Perhaps tonight is just for him to get used to being in warm-ups and being in the uniform again.
And they would love to have him back. He played a huge part of their success in last season. And that's why Oshkosh North was the overall conference champion last year. I mean,
16-2 last year. They were utterly dominant in FBA play. They only lost at Neenah, and one more loss, I believe, it wasn't to Kaukauna. I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
That's all right to draw blanks. I can provide a little more information here for our viewers watching. If any of you are curious about the final scores of the games from earlier in the freshman game, Kaukauna, it was able to win 66-48. And the JV game, Oshkosh North won 62-36. Thank you to Griffin Brewer for providing those stats. for us.
Other games in the FBA tonight. 4 other games. You got Appleton East at Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac, that was one of their 2 losses the first time through conference was to Appleton East. Despite the Patriots being 3-6, they beat the Cardinals. So Fondy will look for revenge there. Appleton North at 6-3 is at Hortonville, 7-2. So that's the other big matchup tonight. Appleton West on Oshkosh West, and Neenah travels to Kimberly. Great football rivalry there for the Papermakers and Rockets, and I'm sure it translates to the hardwood as well.
I mean, especially going back to this season, those two, Neenah was the reason Kimberly ended up losing in the playoffs, and even in the regular season, Neenah prevented Kimberly from winning that conference championship. So, yeah, big rivalry going on here, and even here in K-Town, we got a great one. Mitchell, to begin the second half, just might have got it knocked away, and luckily able to hang on to possession here. Lister lays it in.
Great cut from Lister. Good feed from Jackson Anderson, and that's a good first possession for the Spartans.
Any player other than Xavier Mitchell scoring the first basket, who'd put that in their sports bets if that was possible in high school sports? Graff, he is back into the game. A spin move. Tried to bank it home. Couldn't go. Mitchell hesitates. Dribble drive, and he just jump stops and puts it in and one.
Mitchell just so impressive with how he pushes the pace down the floor. I thought he didn't have numbers and they were going to set up, but then he accelerates again, cuts to the basket, and one. And just like that, North within 12, possibly 11 here.
25 points in the game for Xavier Mitchell. He had 23 in that first half. Coleman with 5 in the first half, and Jackson Anderson had 3 in the half. Completes the three-point play to make it 26 in the ball game for Xavier Mitchell. And Oshkosh North, they changed up their defensive scheme, and it worked. Stojovic tried to lay it in, couldn't go. Coleman with the rebound, puts it back in, and that's 7 straight points to begin the half.
Exactly what Coach Brad Weber wanted. They get a turnover off a half-court trap there from Stojilovic, and here it comes again.
They take it away. Mitchell accelerates, and he was trying to draw that contact. Timeout taken by Mike Shallow. He is not liking how his team is coming out here in the second half. Oshkosh North able to bring it within 7. We'll bring it to a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Welcome back, everybody. A 9-point scoring run to begin the second half here for Oshkosh North. Today's game presented by Travel Leaders Discovery. Looking for the perfect getaway and want to travel worldwide? Travel Leaders Discovery has you covered. Their local travel experts create unforgettable experiences tailored just for you. Ready to travel stress-free? Visit tltrips.com and start your adventure.
That half-court trap posing even more troubles for Kaukauna as they turned it over, but then Jackson Anderson was falling as he stole the ball and fell out of bounds. So a bit of a break there for the Galloping Ghosts.
Graff takes the inbound here from Schwalbach. Will go Van Kallenberg. He's got the hot hand. Bounce pass. Lots of contact at the end and even more. Falling to the ground. Still no whistle. And finally, off the scrum, we get a tie-up. And it will stay with Kaukauna. There was a lot of contact that was made there. These officials are letting them play tonight.
Jonah Rohrig back in for Caden Graff. I was worried that Rohrig hadn't been in the game tonight, and we had just been calling Schwalbach Rohrig all night because I couldn't see him on the bench, but then he hops into the game for the Galloping Ghosts.
Funny how all the timing plays out here. It's a 7-point game here in the second half. Van Kallenberg faked the shot. Take it back out from the corner. McMullen's got it. Try to take that momentum away from Oshkosh North a bit.
Great ball movement from Van Callenberg, down low to Jensen. Jensen seeing the open man in the corner.
It's such a great part of his game, Keegan Van Callenberg. His passing, it's just surmountable to greatness. Lay it up and in! It's the freshman! Schwalbach getting it done. His first points here tonight. That was significant contact at the end there too. He took a shot. The freshman did not back down to the occasion though.
Third, I'm trying to figure out who the foul was on.
They got Stoyovich on the foul.
Okay, the scoreboard was just incorrect then. First of the half for the Spartans. And that's exactly what Coach Shallow wanted out of that timeout. A 5-0 run here for the Galloping Ghosts.
Good pass from Mitchell to Coleman. He banks it in.
Nice shot fake from Coleman. He learned from the first half mistakes of Jensen getting those easy blocks.
Couple of really good fakes that North pulled off there. They get around the full court pressure here. Now to the corner, McMullen from the other side. It's money. That's his fourth three-pointer of the night in Kaukauna. They have just been shooting lights out from downtown. Mitchell, my goodness.
That was from the volleyball line.
He gets that one to fall. And now he's got 8 points here in the second half. And just like that, Oshkosh North is at 50. Schwalbach missed it, and Jensen just had an easy tap in. That's like one of those little volleyball sets right over the net.
Essentially an assist from Schwalbach there, as it was right off the rim, perfectly passed to Jensen.
We'll see how the scorers table rules it. Coleman got double pressured right away. Mitchell, he tried to pull up there. Can't go. Contact at the end, and Coleman's going to get called for it.
Spartan foul number 15, Jack Coleman, second personal.
Second foul of the night here for John Coleman. Today's game presented by Advantage Machine. We've invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. We offer a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality, and with our responsive customer service and fair pricing, also on-time delivery. Call us 920-462-4427. Last touched out of bounds by Mitchell. It'll stay with the Ghosts.
Schwalbach going coast to coast there on the full court press break. Found Jensen. Jensen just not able to hold on and out of bounds off of the Spartans.
It's been a game of runs here in this second half, partner. Coleman takes it. Euro steps his way. And he just got McMullen skating off the floor.
That's the highlight of the night for the Spartans. He got his bench into it there. John Coleman, a very high energy player, but able to break out the Euro step there on the fast break.
10-point game here in Kaukauna. Could be set for another great one. Jensen banks it in. A little bit of a flex at the end for the junior. 20 points for him. Had 27 in the first meeting between these two, including the infamous buzzer beater. It's Anderson, or it's actually Clark. Dalton Clark hits the three.
Great sign for the Spartans. The rest of the starting lineup getting involved, as well as Dalton Clark off the bench.
And another easy put in. Nice pass and find from Jonah Rohrig.
And Coleman stepped over the inbounds line, so a turnover there. And Coach Weber is going to want a full timeout here for the Spartans.
And we're going to take a timeout here as well. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Coach Brad Weber's Spartans down by 11 to the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Tonight's game brought to you by Cobeson. Cobeson offers a flexible schedule and a well-paid part-time job. The perfect balance of work and play. Cobeson Buses Limited also specializes in providing charter services to all sorts of events. Join us and make a difference. Visit Cobeson.com. We take pride in every ride. So after that costly turnover by John Coleman stepping over the inbound line, Kaukauna with the ball underneath their own basket.
Kaukauna trying to add on to that lead. Rorik had a really good chance at it, and he just missed it. He was triple teamed. Mitchell from downtown might have had it tipped at the end.
Yeah, it must have been.
Kaukauna brings it up the floor with Rorik. Works around the screen of Jensen, that little bubble screen. Kaukauna loves running those on the offense. And Mitchell reached in on Andrew.
Only the third foul of the half for the Spartans.
Mitchell, second personal, third team foul.
Mitchell's second.
Yeah, in the foul department, Mitchell is chilling. I would say both of these teams are chilling pretty well.
Yeah, Graf has 2 for Kaukauna, and he spent a lot of time on the bench, but I don't think that's been foul motivated.
Try to jab in, step back. Van Kallenberg tried to bring it home.
Great effort by Dalton Clark there.
4-on-4 on the floor from the corner. Can't get it to go. And Van Kallenberg kind of got grabbed by, was that Anderson? No, they're going to call it on Clark. Anderson's not even in the game. It's on Dalton Clark.
Oh, yeah, number 11, number 12. I made that mistake.
He just had his side over to us, so it was really hard to see the numbers. But 66 to 55, the freshman with the nifty moves.
No help underneath the basket there for Schwalbach's defender.
Mitchell, one-on-one, now steps into the double team, missed it. He got back to that ball so fast for the rebound. Lister hits the tray. Tylen Lister with a big 3. I think if you're Oshkosh North, you want to try to keep this at around 10 points. You can't let Kaukauna get any further ahead. Oh my goodness. Van Kallenberg goes to the rack.
That's his first points of the half. They've done a really good job of neutralizing him.
Now Mitchell, foul before the shot on the ground. They're going to get Schwalbach, it looks like.
And if you're Coach Shallow, you're content with the way this is going. Just the team's trading baskets and maintaining that 12-point lead. I'm sure in an ideal world he'd like to stretch this out a little bit more, but he knows that the Spartans are going to have a renewed focus and energy out of halftime.
Kaukauna as a team averaging around 78.5 points per game this season. They're already at 70 with just under 11 and a half minutes to go, partner.
Yeah, and typically average about 38 points in the first half, 39 in the second half, so pretty even. But, of course, tonight they had the huge 50-pointer in the first half.
Right on the mark. Goes to Lister, finds Mitchell, and that's just an easy one to put in, a well-drawn play there.
The Spartans are doing a nice job on the offensive end. It's really the defense that's been letting them down as they try to cut into this lead.
Rorig with the handles. Keeps on handling. Over to Jensen. Now it's McMullen. Another one. His third of the half. Brody McMullen.
I'd like to see the season splits on 2-point shots versus 3-point shots for McMullen. It's got to be at least a 3-1.
Mitchell so quickly spins his way to the rack.
And this is a lot like the early in the first half. Xavier Mitchell's getting whatever he wants on the offensive end.
That type of acceleration to the basket is just unfair. Such a talented player. Another one. This one might have gone off the toe of Van Kallenberg, but Kaukauna able to keep it. McMullen goes to Jensen. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put something together here for McMullen again, because right now he is the hot hand on the team. 10-14 to go here in the half. It's an 11-point game. Oshkosh North in the first half, they were down by as many as 20, so they've been able to cut the deficit in half a few times. They were also able to get it down to 7 at one point.
That was straight out of the half with that 9-0 run. Kaukauna has done a nice job since Coach Mike Shallow called his second timeout.
A very wise timeout from
or his first timeout.
From the coach. Rohrig into the paint, kicks it out. Kavanaugh Weinberg finds himself into the game, goes to Rohrig from the top. Kaukauna is just making everything from downtown tonight. Jonah Rohrig has 5 points here in the game. And if you're Oshkosh North, you got to try to draw something to get those big points. Stojkovic off the screen, he's got it. High tempo, back and forth right now. Jensen, one dribble, kick it out. Weinberg fakes, he'll take it. He's got it! To quote the great Luke Combs, when it rains, it pours, partner. Mitchell, he's fouled before the shot. We'll actually see, maybe they didn't call it on the shot. I couldn't tell.
Looks like it'll be a shooting foul as Mitchell's at the line. 14-point deficit for the Spartans. They're just trading 2s for 3s right now. If Kaukauna keeps shooting like this, there's no way that Oshkosh North is going to be able to work their way back in this one. They got to do a better job closing out and pray that some of those shots stop going in for the Galloping Ghosts.
Kaukauna on pace to score over 100 points right now and get easily into the triple digits. Mitchell can't get the second one to go.
He's been a little bit
wide open was Weinberg. He brings it out to Jensen. Kaukauna just trying to spread the floor a little bit. I thought Weinberg was going to take it himself. He had a wide open opportunity ahead of him. They're going to keep it going though. Weinberg, no good, or
that Kauenberg.
Kauenberg, yeah. Kauenberg, Weinberg. Mix them up there. This is a big offensive possession coming up. Anderson, way downtown.
They left him wide open, and
that's his second 3 of the game for Jackson Anderson. Back to a 10-point game. Kauenberg, front rim, can't get it to go. He has cooled down significantly here in the half.
Yeah, only 2 points in the half for Keegan. It's been his teammates that have been.
Anderson goes around, steps up, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Clark. And lots of shoving back and forth. It's going to be a foul here on Weinberg.
Jackson Anderson is really a nice dribbler in traffic. He plays with a lot of confidence, and he's able to create his own shot.
In for the Spartans, number 0, Owen Weber.
I believe Anderson in the first meeting between these two, he had 5 points in that game. That might have been Dalton Clark, though.
Clark had 5, yeah. Anderson was actually held scoreless.
So he's already got 6 in this game tonight. It looked like he was going to take it. He will from shorter range. No good. How about Coleman jumping up to grab the rebound and a jump ball that will stay over here?
He held on. He really flew in there. It looked like he had the rebound at first. Then he looked like he was going to lose it. But strong grip forces the possession arrow to flip back to Kaukauna as North maintains possession here.
Use those inner wide receiver abilities, and he did it again.
And Mitchell on the bench right now. Oshkosh trying to score without him on the floor.
Goes foul number 5, Andrew Jensen, second personal.
They got Jensen on it.
He's got 2, as does Jonah Rohrig. Caden Graff still on the bench. Has not played much here in the second half. Saving him for the closing minutes, maybe.
Yeah, we saw Graff to begin the half, but ever since he went to the bench after that timeout, he has not come back into the game. But Kaukauna, they've still been rolling offensively. Here's Anderson again. used that pivot foot. He went a little too far forward, I think. They got him on the travel.
And the Spartans were really looking to make a basket there, cut this into a single-digit game, but without Mitchell on the floor, clearly this group of 5 looking to gain some experience together as Mitchell checks in.
Anderson poked it away, and he's called for the reach-in, and a lot of disagreement, and Anderson himself, he is pretty mad about that call.
The Spartans, number 2, Xavier Mitchell.
It looked like he got a good piece of the ball, but he might have grabbed a touch of the jersey of Jonah Rorik when he was going up the floor.
So that's 6 fouls for the Spartans. Free throws the rest of the way for Kaukauna on any defensive foul.
And that's huge, too. That Kaukauna is now in that 1-and-1. Jensen, one-on-one with Mitchell. He works his way around. Mitchell keeps up with him. Poked it away, out of bounds. Last touched by the Ghosts. It will go to the Spartans. Today's game presented by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, and affordable service.
Mitchell back into the game after that one possession with him off the floor.
Mitchell trying to work off that screen of Listers. Dylan Lister's got it though. They'll go over to the corner for Weber. Owen Weber's got his first basket tonight.
Weber second on this team in three-point percentage behind Lister at 39% on the year. Again, not the volume of any of these Kaukauna shooters, but good percentage-wise.
Once again, the lead is cut to 7. Kaukauna all this season has had trouble closing basketball games.
Of course, yeah, we saw it against Appleton North 2 weeks ago here on Zaleski Sports. Games against Hortonville where they were up big in that game, only ended up winning by 8.
Weinberg fights out of it to the corner. McMullen's got it! All he does is shoot threes. He is the quote-unquote Steph Curry of this team, I would say.
Girls foul number 4, Kevin Weinberg, second personal, 16.
Weinberg will head off. He played an extended stretch there, getting a little bit more of a look here in his, I believe, his junior season. Yep, Kevin Weinberg, a 5'9" junior.
Lots of play time for the junior here in this one. They'll go to Weber again.
Oshkosh North able to cut it back to 7. They need a stop here on the defensive end.
82-75, just under 6 minutes to go. It's Schwalbach. He draws the contact and the foul. I think they're going to get Coleman on it.
It'll be a 1-and-1.
They actually got Weber for it.
Weber's third, only player on the court with 3 right now, and nobody on the bench has 3. Everybody else has 2, though, for the Spartans. Both teams doing a good job of distributing their fouls. Nobody's at more than 3.
And it's the freshman stepping up to the free throw line, Tyler Schwalbach. He has not made a single free throw yet in this game. He is now 0 for 4 from the free throw line, and that could be huge for this North offense off that missed opportunity.
Mitchell with the size advantage inside.
Mitchell worked the baseline. He went to Coleman. He was sitting there for a while, and he got the and one.
Another shot fake getting Jensen to fly by and then draws the contact.
I don't know if you saw, but once Mitchell got the ball, Coleman, he rolled all the way up from that three-point arc and stood right in the paint for maybe a second or two, and he was asking for that ball.
Mitchell had the size advantage on Rorik, but both he and Coleman knew that the double was coming from Jensen, or the help defense was coming, and yeah, like you said, roll to the hoop.
And this one, it's almost turned over. Coleman almost stole it from McMullen off the inbound.
And it'll be
Kaukauna got lucky.
It'll be a loose ball foul on Coleman.
How about this? It is now a 4-point game.
Oshkosh North has been very impressive here, especially on the offensive end in the second half. They've put up, as they were at 36 at halftime, they've already scored 32, or 42, I should say, here in the second.
don't let this team's conference record and overall record fool you. They have one of the top scorers in the state, and on top of that, one of the best offenses, and they're playing in one of the best conferences.
Certainly, they're not going to be as highly seeded in the state tournament as they wanted coming into the year, but I guarantee you if they're a 6 or a 7 or even farther down seed, have to go on the road perhaps in the first round, no one's going to want to see Oshkosh North.
Such a tough competitor. Kaukauna takes it away. The pass from Lister was tipped by Van Cowenberg, and McMullen got it, and Van Cowenberg has an opportunity to extend the lead to 9. Keegan Van Cowenberg, his first 3 of the half. He's got 7 3-pointers here in the ball game. Anderson using that elbow a little bit. Lister from the corner, no good. Tipped, rebounded by Coleman. North keeps possession. Almost 4:30 to go. Coleman fakes, goes to Mitchell. Mitchell, dribble drive, up with the left. He's just so quick. He's going to be a great player at Iowa State. This one's turned over by the Ghosts. Van Cowenberg with a rare miss on a pass. He was looking for Jensen. Threw it a little wide.
Yeah, at Iowa State, he'll play with Milwaukee Academy of Sciences, Jamarion Bateman. They've been on Zaleski Sports a couple times this year. And junior out of West Allis Central, Yusef Gray Jr., another top 100 national recruit for his class. He just committed to the Cyclones as well.
Mitchell, baseline, just too strong. He had the right look at it, and that's his type of shot. Van Cowenberg, he's got it. That's number 8. I'm going to guess Jordan McCabe has the all-time 3-point record in a game for this team, but I'm going to tell you, Keegan Van Cowenberg, he's got to be closing in on that record, guys. And the lead is back up to 10, just like that. But Xavier Mitchell will go to the line.
Rohrig's third foul. Jensen's also got 3.
15 points here in the half for Zay Mitchell. He's got 38 in the game.
Goaltending has been called on the Ghosts.
Oh, they're going to call it a goaltending.
So this will be just one shot.
The Spartans, Xavier Mitchell.
Take that 38 points away, make it 40 for Mitchell.
8-point game. Mitchell looking to make it 7.
And he's got 41. Just surpassed his total in the first time these two met. Full court pressure. This one's tipped. Rohrig lost it. And who touched it last?
Both
officials.
Both fan bases
discussing. Yeah, pointing fingers all over the place. The officials are still going over. They're going to say Kaukauna keeps it.
Big call there. We're under 4 minutes to go in this one. North really needs a stop on the defensive end. They've gotten it to 7 a couple times, even got it down to 4.
And this is where it's too bad that you don't have replay assist or anything like that in high school basketball to tell you if you got a call right. Did the pass even get tipped? It did. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Ghosts.
Coach Weber for North has 3 timeouts remaining. Coach Shallow with 4.
Number 15, John Coleman.
And we're seeing a lot more sharing of the basketball here in this second half from the Spartans compared to the first half, which was dominated by Xavier Mitchell.
Same goes for Kaukauna. It's been Brody McMullen making shots, Kavanaugh Weinberg with a 3-pointer. Van Cowenberg's gotten hot here lately, but to start the half, it was really a team effort.
Lister was up in the face of Van Cowenberg, and Mike Shallow, he didn't like what he saw, so he wanted to take a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Today's game presented by Amplitel Technologies and AMP Security Solutions. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. And AMP partners with industry leaders to keep your people and faculty safe. Enjoy peace of mind with video conferencing, access control, paging and fire systems, and data cabling. Score big with top-notch security at ampliteltech.com. That's AMPLITEL tech.com.
Kaukauna clearly out of the timeout, looking to to spend more clock in the offensive zone, be passive, make a lot of passes. But McMullen throwing it down into Jensen as he broke the other way, turns it over.
3 minutes to go here in K-Town. Anderson's got it, lobs it to Mitchell, and a shove from Schwalbach, and that's going to bring Xavier Mitchell back to the free throw line. And he's probably the last guy you want to have shoot free throws at the line with how many he's been shooting this year.
This will be a 1-and-1. That's the 9th foul on Kaukauna, so it'll be double bonus after the next foul.
Has a chance to bring this game within 5. He's got 42 points on the night. And he does.
Full court pressure.
Mitchell up to 43. Oshkosh North has been doing so well with that full court pressure here in this second half. Kaukauna this time, I bet Mike Shallow talked about that one at timeout.
Yeah, and they're not looking to score quickly off the press break unless they have a wide open look, so now they're going to slow things down.
Only a 5-point game, but the clock is your friend as the home team. Rohrig with the handles. Take it back out. And this is how they've been sharing the ball all night. It's been so good.
And even there, you think Jensen's going to go up with that. He doesn't.
And Rohrig, dribble drive, penetration, got his way to the basket for 2, lead up to 7. 2 minutes to go. Mitchell hangs on to it, lost it, trying to get it back. And it's out of bounds off Mitchell. And I'm going to say he probably got lucky with no over the back call there as well. And I think that out of bounds call might have made up for it.
Timeout called by Brad Weber. It'll be a full timeout. Tonight's game brought to you by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Tonight's game also brought to you by Fleet Farm. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need and all at the lowest prices. And finally, tonight's game is brought to you by Kingdom Roofing. Your home is your kingdom. Protect it with Kingdom Roofing. Committed to no pressure sales and lasting values. Kingdom Roofing covers everything from roofing to siding and windows. No gimmicks, just quality you can trust. Protect your kingdom. Visit kingdomroofingwi.com.
We've seen some star-studded big-time performances here in this game tonight, starting with Keegan McCollenberg. 26 points in that first half. A little more quiet here in the second half, but he's still having a fantastic day. 36 points on the day for him. Brody McMullen also starting to light it up.
Yeah, he's got 20.
In the second half, yeah.
He's got 20, and it feels like at least 12 of it have come in the second half here. I'm surprised he doesn't have a multiple of 3. He must have hit a free throw in there somewhere.
And then Xavier Mitchell, who leads the FEA in overall scoring average. He's got 43 now. Kaukauna navigates their way out of the pressure. It got tipped away and North has it back. Mitchell tried a no-look pass. Not the time to do flashy passes. Mitchell works the baseline, kicks it out to Weber from the corner. He's got it. Big three for Owen Weber.
Weber's been huge in the second half. He's got 9 points, all three-pointers, and all here in the second half.
4-point game.
Foul against Lister on the inbound there.
Spartan foul number 24, Tyler Lister.
A pretty good second half as well for Owen Weber. He's got 3 three-pointers now in the half. He was held scoreless in that first half. So
first time these teams played, he only had 2 points, just one made basket. So go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Stefan Stojovic, though, he's been one of those players.
Oh, 1-and-1, a miss.
Been held very quiet. Kaukauna able to get their own rebound off the miss.
Terrible break there for North. That was the last single bonus, as now they're at 10 fouls. That was the 9th foul. Van Kaulenberg, of all shooters, misses the front end of a 1-and-1. You got to get the rebound there. You're only down 4 points. But now it's double bonus as Kaukauna maintain possession.
And now it's 2 opportunities for Jonah Rohrig at the free throw line, who's 2 for 2 in this game. So they have the guy that they want at the free throw line. Kaukauna's had trouble this season closing games in these types of situations.
And here comes Caden Graff, finally back into the game. He spent essentially all of the second half on the bench. He must be nursing something.
It's got to be some type of defensive strategy from Coach Shallow as Rohrig hits the pair in the clutch time.
Yeah. Wouldn't be shocked to see him come back off the floor if North makes a basket here.
Weber, the pass is intercepted by Jensen. Kaukauna's got it now. Rohrig dribbles his way up, goes McMullen, and he just took the hit from Anderson with 1 minute to go. He'll go and shoot a pair. I wonder if they're possibly going to talk about this could be an intentional foul.
Looks like it'll just be a common foul.
Looked like it. The official is saying a lot of things to Jackson Anderson there.
That's his 4th. McMullen misses the first. I was just about to say it feels like too little too late for the Spartans, but if Kaukauna can't finish this game at the free throw line, it's going to be similar to what happened against the Appleton North Lightning. 6-point game with a minute to go.
Second one from McMullen is good. He's so used to shooting the three-pointer. He's not used to shooting it from that close.
And here comes the trap on Xavier Mitchell. They are not going to let Mitchell beat them.
And that's the way to do it. Van Kaulenberg takes it away from Mitchell. And Kaukauna ever so getting closer to closing it out. Mitchell called on the reach, and Keegan Van Kaulenberg will go to the line again. He has a chance to avenge himself from that Appleton North game. He had the chance to close it out at the free throw line, and he missed the free throw, and North got the rebound, and the rest was history as Nathan Ramis made the history books there. But
30-second timeout. We'll head to a quick break here on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
back here in Kaukauna, it's a 95-88 lead for the Ghosts here on Zaleski Sports. Gonard Sippert, Brendan Retzloff here with you guys here for this FVA matchup. Kaukauna trying to put themselves in front as the top dog of the FVA conference. Van Kaulenberg has a chance to possibly lock this game up. He gets the first to fall.
And you say put themselves as the top dogs. None of the top four teams playing each other tonight. Nina's at Kimberly. Appleton North is, I believe, at Hortonville. And Fond du Lac hosting Appleton East.
The clock is not running on the scoreboard right now, which is a big problem.
That's fitting because it wasn't running for me either. I forgot to start it. It was at 44.9.
We'll see if they just redo the sequence here. They got 48.2 right now on the clock. And for those people who are wondering right now, and I've seen plenty of comments before, we do our best to line up our scoreboard clock with the scoreboard clock inside of the arena. They are not connected or affiliated with each other.
Yeah.
So we just do our best with that type of work.
Can't sync it like a professional broadcast would sync it to the stadium clock.
It was talked about a lot when the buzzer beater happened a couple months ago.
I remember going back frame by frame, playing it on 0.25
What
times
a moment
speed.
it was. It's taken away by the Ghost. Graf, he throws it down! Throwing down the dagger, Caden Graf. That knee injury might not be any issue for him. Kaukauna now up by 11. The three. Back iron, no good. Mitchell with the rebound. He's going to take it up in desperation time, and he's got it. But it might be too little, too late for Oshkosh North. 99-91. Caden Graf, that was his first basket of the game tonight. None bigger than that one.
We've seen Graf be relied upon. He's the third leading scorer on this team, as they were missing Rohrig for a time, and even including the games Rohrig has played, Graf has averaged more points slightly, but just the 3 points needed tonight, and not too many minutes either. Then Mitchell hitting the three there to make it an 8-point game, but at this point, as long as Kaukauna can make their free throws, they've got double bonus to finish this out. You've got three different scorers over 20 points for Kaukauna, and that's kind of what the story was coming into this game. Zay Mitchell, number one in the conference, but after him, in terms of players on these teams, you've got Mitchell at first, 16 points behind him, Keegan Van Cowenberg. Jensen 6th in the conference, Graf 22nd, Rohrig 24th, before you finally get to Stefan Stojlovic at 34th. And that's why we're so excited to see Bryce Ott in warm-ups here tonight. We thought maybe he would get his season off to a good start here, get 20 points, but not meant to be, as he's still easing his way back in, as North is really going to prioritize the end of the season, not the first game of the second round robin here in FVA play.
And that's what you got to do as a team. Once you realize one of your players can't come back and do it, McMullen decides to call a timeout.
Smart move, as he didn't feel comfortable passing it in there.
But once you realize you're missing that guy and he's got that potential to come back, no need to really have him in this part of the season. We're just past the halfway mark in the year where each of these conference teams have played each other once, and now it's the second go-around between these teams, and I think it's the right thing that Brad Weber's doing with his team.
Especially for a team that's already 7-7. It would be a different story if North was perhaps 10-4 and wanted to push for a top seed. Interestingly, these two teams not in the same sectional in the playoffs. Most of the FBA teams are in a sectional along with the middle of the state teams like Stevens Point and Wausau West, as well as the Eau Claire teams and Chippewa Falls. But Oshkosh North, Oshkosh West, and Fond du Lac are in a different sectional. So these teams could not meet again this season unless it was in the state tournament, either the state semi or the state final. And imagine if that would happen. The FBA got two teams into the state tournament. It is possible. They like to say they're the best conference in the state for Division I hoops, but that would certainly be proving it. Nina making it each of the last 2 years.
The FRCC is trying to put up their own statement as well on the FBA. Jensen completes off the Hail Mary from Brody McMullen.
And it was a jump ball. Oshkosh North was not fouling.
We mainly see Brody McMullen play a wide receiver for the Galloping Ghosts, but that time he got to play quarterback.
You said Kavanaugh Weinberg, also a wide receiver for the team?
He was another one of the bigger wide receivers for the team.
He's on the floor here, and Caden Graf back on the bench. He's really just been asked to provide sparing minutes here tonight. He's done his job, certainly.
Hopefully the senior captain's all right. He had a huge dunk. Weinberg drew so much contact, but that's what 5'9", 195 is going to do to you. He's just a monster out there, out on the floor.
Weber's 4th foul, and the Spartans well over the 10-foul limit, so double bonus for the junior Weinberg. Weinberg will get more of a look on this team next year with Keegan Van Cauwenberg graduating, Caden Graff graduating. It'll still be a competitive squad as they hit the 100-point mark here. You hear the crowd erupt.
Yep.
Next year it'll be Jensen and Rohrig and Weinberg as the seniors, Schwalbach as a sophomore. But obviously still focused on this season. Keegan Van Cauwenberg wants a gold ball before he heads up to UWGB.
He got very close last year to it. Make it 101 points now for the Ghosts. 10 seconds to go. Mitchell pulls up from the volleyball line. 5 seconds to go. They're going to let this one go. Jensen takes the pass. He'll throw it down at the buzzer. Add on 2 more for the junior, and that is your dagger. The Galloping Ghosts complete the sweep on the defending FVA champions, 103-94. What a high-scoring affair this was, partner.
Outstanding job by both teams. Offense was easy to come by in this one, even though we saw some impressive defensive efforts at times tonight, but overwhelming offensive output. Xavier Mitchell finishes with 50 points after that deep 3 for North's last basket, and then after him it's going to be all Kaukauna for the next 3 leading scorers. Keegan Van Cauwenberg with 38, Andrew Jensen with 24, none bigger than that slam to end things at the buzzer. Brody McMullen with 21, and even though that is a multiple of 3, it wasn't all 3-pointers. Did some nice work at the line here tonight. Jonah Rohrig, Caden Graff, and Tyler Schwalbach, along with Kavanaugh Weinberg, all chipping in single digits. Next highest leading scorer for the Spartans, John Coleman with 14. And ultimately, Kaukauna's offense just too much tonight. 50 in the first half, 53 in the second. And North couldn't overcome that 16-point first halftime deficit. Tonight's post-game show is brought to you by Bear Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. That's BAERPM.com. Bear Performance Marketing.
And with that being said, I am going to try to head down there and get an interview here with one of our players of the game. We haven't had Brody McMullen in the highlight house yet, so I think that might be the player that I will go for. I'll ask him about how he got so hot in the second half. What was the message from coach there to go into the second half for him, and just how this Kaukauna team keeps things going. But I'll also be in Mosinee tomorrow for Kaukauna against Mosinee. So
that'll be on
Zaleski
Zaleski
Sports. Good one too. But yeah, I will head down there as Gunnar. You can take over if you'd like to.
Yeah, we'll send it to a quick commercial break here. Just stick with us, folks. It may take a little while as the Kaukauna players did head back to the locker room. Brendan will get an interview with a Kaukauna player as soon as possible. Hopefully Brody McMullen, and we'll get to hear about his torrid second half as he finishes with 21 points here. Kaukauna wins by 9, 103-94 over the Spartans. They're now 8-2 in conference play. They've won 4 in a row going back to last week, and in fact, if I look at the schedule here, they've won 4 in a row. Their last loss was 2 weeks ago to Appleton North. Hopefully we get some FBA scores here while our commercial break is going. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You're tuned in to
Well, it's the
Better
one with the
House.
Mike's bit
Mike,
on it.
what are you looking for?
Yeah, it's
Skip,
not, I don't think
I'm
it's
not
this
getting
one. I think
older.
it's this one.
I'm getting better. I still got big
Yeah,
plans
because that
for
one's
my
got the
life
little
and
Mike
my
head right there.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys.
Yeah, but now I can hear it.
Me!
You can hear it?
Yeah,
Testing?
Yep, you're
Hey,
good.
Mike, I'm Sheila from security.
Okay, yeah, I can just
I'm just
talk.
Like you.
I mean, I'll
In
go
fact,
through
I'm from your neighborhood.
all the ads
And
that
I've
aren't
got a Medicare
repeats
plan
here.
That treats you like you.
Yeah, I'll mute you too, don't worry. Check.
In every department at Doll Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Doll Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Doll Auto, simple.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. Gunnar Sippert along with Brendan Retzloff. Brendan trying to get an interview with Brody McMullen here. 103-94, the final score. Kaukauna with the victory here, moving to 8-2 on the conference slate. Other scores in the FBA tonight. Fond du Lac avenging their earlier season loss to 3-6 Appleton East, now 3-7 Appleton East, as the Cardinals win 67-62 at home. They're also at 8-2, tied with Kaukauna, but of course Kaukauna with the tiebreaker after winning last Friday. Appleton North headed on the road to Hortonville and won an impressive game 83-64 over the Polar Bears. So now both of those teams at 7-3, a game back of the league leaders. I'm looking for Brendan in the crowd here. Okay, I see him. Just making sure I wasn't missing him. Oshkosh West gets a win over Appleton West at home, 86-75. Oshkosh West moves to 2-8 on the year. Appleton West falls to 0-10. And Neenah defeats Kimberly, so they'll be tied with Kaukauna as well. We'll get an interview here.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Bear Performance Marketing post game. Joined alongside our highlight house player of the game, Brody McMullen. 21 points for you in this game, but you lit it up in the second half. I was quoting Luke Combs when he ran to Porter's three-pointers. Just tell me how it was, what you were feeling tonight.
Just felt really hot. You know, coming into this game, I came off of 2 games I didn't really shoot the best on. But before that, other than the season, I'm shooting upwards of 40%. And really just shooting it whenever I get an open shot. It's really mentality. Keegan's telling me shoot it all the time. I get it open, so I just fire it.
I'm going to ask a question here for our partner here, Gunnar. He was wondering, do you only shoot three-pointers? Because it seems like that's all you do.
Yeah, I got a couple 2-point attempts on the year, man, but really just that open look, I'll fire it from deep.
Yeah, but then just tell me about the chemistry that this team is having right now, because it seems like everything's clicking. You guys scored 50 in that first half, and then 53 in the second half. Things started shaky in that second half, but Coach called that timeout and things really settled down.
Yeah. I think our chemistry on this team is amazing. We've been playing together for a long time. lot of returning guys from this past year, and really just moving the ball around for us, getting open looks, and giving Keegan some shots that he really can create open looks on. Really just helps us get everyone else the ball. So
Yeah, I wish I could count the amount of three-pointers that you guys made in this game, because it was a lot. You made like five or six of them, and then all of a sudden Keegan ended up making like 7 or 8 of them. It was just ridiculousness what you guys were doing. How do you guys stay so consistent from that range? Do you just practice it a ton?
yeah, I mean, getting got a lot of shots at practice, reps, really just getting a lot of shots. I mean, it just really works with getting everyone shots and really just creating off everybody else. So
Yeah, and then coming up tomorrow, you guys don't really have any type of break for you. It's up north going to Mosinee. We'll be there for that one. I mean, tell me, I mean, it seems like you're playing really well right now. Is this the right time to head up north and play against them?
I think so. It'll be a good test for us. Play against another team, non-conference, so we do good and doing everything. Well, we should be playing well.
Yeah, you guys have been playing amazing. I'll put you in the highlight house. Look at the camera right up there, and there you go.
I'm Brody McMullen, and I'm in the house.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Heck of a
Appreciate
game.
it.
Heck of a game. Alrighty, folks. The Galloping Ghosts take care of business in this one. 103-94 over Oshkosh North. And it was overall a collective team performance from Kaukauna. 7 different players scored the basketball, and which led to 3 different players scoring in double digits, almost 4 in double digits. Jonah Rorig had 9, but to go for it, Keegan Van Kallenberg, 38 points in this game. Brody McMullen with 21. Andrew Jensen with 24. And when Andrew Jensen went out of the locker room, I asked him about that last dunk. I asked him, were you just trying to pad up your dunking stats? And he was like, you know, some people were yelling at me if I should take it or not, but I just felt confident in myself at the moment, and rightfully so, he threw it down to bring home 24. Brody McMullen with 21. Then Jonah Rorig follows with 9. Kavanaugh Weinberg coming off the bench with 5 points. And then Tyler Schwalbach with 4, and Caden Graff with 2 in the game as well. But that's going to do it for us here in Kaukauna. Gunnar Zippert, Brendan Retzloff out here, and we say thank you so much for tuning in here on Zaleski Sports. Be sure to tune in to all of our other live sports coverage on ZaleskiSports.com. You can check out all the scores of games as well as our live coverage on YouTube. But we will, or at least I will be in Mosinee tomorrow for the coverage of Kaukauna going up against Mosinee, and we will see you Saturday night. Have a great night, everybody.